Είμαστε εδώ στο Microsoft Envision 2024 και έχουμε μαζί μας τον Mark Chaban, ο οποίος είναι ο CTO, ο Chief Technology Officer της Microsoft για την περιοχή της Κεντρικής και Ανατολικής Ευρώπης, της Μέσης Ανατολής και της Αφρικής, για να μας μιλήσει λίγο για το AI και τις καινούργιες τεχνολογικές εξελίξεις που υπάρχουν πάνω στο θέμα. Mark, thanks very much for being here with us. I was just mentioning that you are responsible for a very large area in the world. That's the thing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what I would like to ask first is that if you can tell us a little bit of what's the latest developments in the AI era that we're living in? What's the most important stuff that we have been announced the last couple of weeks?
First, let me practice my Greek.
Yeah, okay.
Sas Icharisto.
That was pretty good.
Okay, thank you. Always a pleasure to be here in this beautiful city. Look, I think the biggest announcements that we saw last week and you'll continue to see is the massive adoption. We see worldwide 75% of professionals are using AI, and they've been using it pretty heavily in the last 6 months. Now, this creates an opportunity and a risk. An opportunity meaning that employers need to ensure that they create the opportunity for AI to be used at work. Otherwise, people will bring their own AI, and there'll be a risk to the organization. The second thing is just the scale and acceleration in terms of from a technology perspective that we see. It's now cheaper, 12 times cheaper to run those large AI models, and 6 times faster than it used to be just a year ago. So if you think about GPT-O for Omni, it's actually 12 times cheaper, 6 times faster than GPT-4 used to be just a year ago. What does this mean? It means that the adoption will continue to skyrocket. Why? Because it used to be basic natural language, text. Now we're calling it multimodal, meaning images, video, and audio, all is allowed now as part of this user interface. So the massive adoption will continue to be, and the scale of being able to do this offline is what we're excited about. And that's one of the things that we talked about last week in Build. Windows PC plus Copilot, meaning I have a NPU, natural neural processing unit, that's actually on the PC itself that'll allow me to actually do offline language translation into 40 different languages, all into English. So being able to actually offload that large language model capability and be able to do it on the PC in an offline way at the edge is very exciting.
Of these announcements that you made at Build some days ago, which ones do you believe that they are the most important for companies or even the consumers, and how they're going to affect their daily lives in the near future?
Look, absolutely. I think first and foremost, being able to get this at scale and to see the adoption at every single industry is the one thing that we're so excited about. First, you're seeing adoption in healthcare. We're seeing adoption in retail, manufacturing, financial services, and across government. And the impact that you see on healthcare is incredible. For example, genome sequencing and that kind of work that we're doing there. So those things are very exciting in terms of continuing to unlock new scenarios to help us in healthcare, to help us in sustainability. But I also love the one key thing that we talked about is how do you do this in a responsible way? How do you ensure that when this is deployed, it's fair and it's inclusive and it has the right checks and balances from a security perspective? So that way, when it comes down to the end user, it's actually done in an ethical and responsible way.
How about Greece? What's your view that you have about Greece and its role that it's playing in this new AI era?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, I oversee South Europe and Central Europe, and even just last week I was in the UK. And I can tell you, I'm actually giving lots of examples about the leading role Greece is doing, whether it's on the government level, as well as on the regulated industries, for example, like financial services. And examples there I see are leading by using AI to actually fight security when AI is being used against you. So for example, Security Copilot is some of the ways that we see here in your regulated industry and with customers being used to help protect the financial institutions. And government is super exciting because we're seeing democratization of the government services to be used by any end user. And that's really super exciting because I feel Greece is the first government in the EU to launch some of those services, and you should be really proud of that.
We are proud, and thanks very much. Σας ευχαριστούμε.
Wonderful. Actually, Sas Icharisto, and wonderful to always be back here in your beautiful city and in your beautiful country.